Hello, seventh grade language arts students. My name is Mr. Vigil, and I want to welcome you to our first quarter of seventh grade language arts. For this course, I wanted to break down our homepage for you because it's the best resource for all of those things that you need to know about the course. So, first, how are you going to earn your grade? Earning your grade in this course is based on 6 weeks of effort through different graphic organizers, discussion posts, quizzes, and writing assignments. During the last 2 weeks of class, we will have a final project for Module 7 and Module 8. So, that learning is going to center around an essential question. And that essential question is, how are the stories important to forming, how are stories important to forming identity, community, and unity? And so we're going to be sharing a lot of our stories with one another. Our first question that we ask ourselves in Module 1 is, who am I? You'll be able to introduce yourself, and you'll be practicing speaking to explain and describe. During Module 2, we'll be going through some short stories, reading the short story Seventh Grade by Gary Soto. During Module 4, we're going to be analyzing the events that have happened in your life and creating a personal timeline. From there, we'll continue to analyze the causes and effects and recognize our impact on other people. That's where we pull in that essential question of our identity, community, and unity. How do we impact others? Lastly, during weeks 7, we'll be discovering what is your influence on other people by finding a pattern and presenting a narrative in your story in order to inspire other people. So, as a teacher, I like to use different visuals. I also like to use different videos, and I oftentimes will model exactly what it is that I want from you in the assignment. So, you're allowed to express your creativity, your innovation, and also practice and improve your reading and writing skills. Our speaking skills are practiced during virtual class. Virtual class is the time where we get to meet face to face via Zoom. And so, in that time, we'll be using a workshop model, and I'll get to more of that later. But during that time, we'll be able to interact with one another. We'll be spending some time writing, speaking, getting and seeking help, and also interacting with one another as we work through that day's goal and accomplishments. Instructional support times available during that virtual class time in the last 15 minutes. If you need extra help, you can always set up an appointment with me during Mondays and Thursdays from 1:30 to 2:45. I also co-teach this class with Mrs. Sertz. She is our ELL specialist, and so her contact information is there on the screen along with mine. Please know that we tend to respond to your emails as quickly as we can, but we tend to get to them within 24 hours on weekdays. So let's get to the bare bones of what we're going to be learning about. So we're going to be practicing our academic communication, which means that we'll be speaking and writing and listening in ways that are affected by cause and effect, comparing and contrasting, explaining and describing, proposition and support, sequence of events. And we'll be doing that through two different modes. The first one is our brick time. And during that brick time, we'll be practicing with different exercises. That's when you get to come in person. The second one is our click time, the time where you're spending on your own independently learning through the modules. And so you'll be practicing your writing, your speaking in that space, as well as different discussion posts. Lastly, during virtual class, we'll be setting our own goal during Writer's Workshop, working through the Writer's Workshop space through a mini lesson, getting answers and seeking strategies on how to improve our writing, and then working during that work time. After that we'll work on our goal independently or in a small group, and then we'll come back and share out our writing. And you may be wondering, what is it that I'm going to be writing about? Each week we'll have a topic of focus based on three different levels of understanding. And we'll get to those once we get to those great virtual classes. Our school does function under a quarter due date system. All of your work is due October 11th. I put due dates on your assignments so that you can go with the pacing guide and continue to be on track. There aren't any late assignments until that October 11th. Please know that the final exam is due by October 14th. You'll see on the screen and in the homepage the class resources tab. That gives you all the definitions of the great tech tools we're going to be using to learn. One last thing, please remember that to always access the course through the modules tab, that's right over here on the left hand side, that gives you a sequence of how to accomplish your work for that week. And it goes from 0 to 7. So that's how it is suggested. For example, 1.0 is where your starting point, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. You just go in sequential order and you'll continue to be on track. Let's do our very best to be in communication and in community with one another. I look forward to getting to know more about you throughout this quarter. Have a great day.